Today, I want to give you my thoughts after 7 years of the OPZ, and I'm going to do that as soon as I shout out today's patron, and that patron shout out goes to ALW Tunes. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. So yes, you see the title of the video. I have had my OPZ for 7 years now, which also means this channel is 7 years old, which is crazy. Feels like I just started with the PO33. But anyway, the other day I had the urge to bust the OPZ out and just sit down and try to play with it. Turns out I had a pretty good time. In fact, I still think that the OPZ has the best workflow overall in a standalone groovebox, and that is going up against things like the Roland MC707, my beloved SP404 Mark II, the Polyend trackers, the Woofbox even. As much as I love the Woofbox, I still think that the OPZ edges it out in terms of efficiency and sensibility in its controls and layout and overall workflow. Now, if you've been following this channel for, well, I guess a long time now, you'll know that I stopped using my OPZ because of several issues. For one, it is bending, it's very bananaed, and two, I was getting tons of double triggers. However, the G key, which was one of the worst offenders, seems to be doing okay, and knock on wood, but the shift key, which was the other bad one, has been flawless since I took it out of the case a few days ago. Did you know that you can have your music featured in my upcoming free live stream concert, Freebeat Live 2026? It's super easy. Either watch the video linked in the description below, or simply read the instructions listed there as well. Everyone who submits a qualifying entry will be featured, so be sure to check out Freebeat Live 2026, coming Friday, August 21st at 7 p.m. Pacific, and Saturday, August 22nd at 11 a.m. Pacific for live music, giveaways, and more. Hope to see you there. So I figured we would just maybe come up with a pattern or two on here, and I'd go over the workflow and show you what I think of it now in 2026, 7 years later, and how much I've still been enjoying it. So as you can see, we have almost a 2-octave keyboard down here. The white keys on the bottom and the black keys up here. You get 8 different sound-making tracks, which are up here. You get 4 percussive tracks and then 4 synth engine tracks, and yes, it does have built-in synth engines. These buttons are also your 16-step sequencer, which is pretty cool. When you're in a percussion track, like we're in a kick track right now, each one of these keys becomes samples. I did hear a double trigger there. And we can either punch these in directly to our sequencer, so like that, or we can play them in live play. And we can quantize by holding the track button and using the yellow encoder. Now you'll notice there's no screen, and you do have the option to pair your phone via Bluetooth and use a display or screen that way, but I find you really don't need one at all until it comes time to really fine-tune things like your LFO speed, maybe your LFO destinations, and maybe some effects fine-tuning, but you really don't need it. For things like picking your tempo, you simply hold the metronome button up here up top, and then you'll see 1, 2, and 0 flash. That means we're at 120 BPM. If I want to change it, let's say I want to go 118, I can just click 1, 1, 8, and now we're at 118 BPM. I could also hold it down and use the green knob to change the tempo, and you'd see it reflected in the buttons below. I can also change the level of the click with the red knob over here. Let's add a snare drum in by holding track, clicking on the snare drum track button. Okay, record that in. Let's drop the click out. I'm gonna leave the snare drum unquantized. We'll go to the hi-hat track now. And you can import your own samples, and you get multiple banks of samples too, which is really cool. Let's go to bank 2. Let's sequence that. You get easy access to punch-in effects by holding Shift and using the white keys. These can be utilized in any track, and may affect either your percussion tracks or your synth tracks. And they can be recorded in. Bring the level down. When you're on a track, you have 4 different pages of track parameters. You cycle through those with the Shift button. The first page is going to be your pitch and reverse for the sample tracks, as well as filter and resonance. Second page is your ADSR. Third page is your LFO. Fourth page is your 2 effect sends, and then pan and volume. So there's a bit of memorization, but it's really nothing too crazy. Once you commit those 4 pages, they're pretty much the same across all the tracks, with the only difference being on a synth track, the first 2 dials here of the first page are the synth parameters. You do get some very light parameter editing. Let's pick a different bass patch. And let's go for 4 measures. And we can even change our bass. That's better. As you saw there, I was able to record my parameter changes into the sequence itself. You also get access to something called Spark components that I honestly do not remember how to use, but you can tell it things like, hey, skip the automation of the parameters like the second time through. Play it 4 times and then like don't play it once and then put the automation. Like you can sequence it all too. It's pretty incredible how deep you can get. I used to be pretty good at it and had a lot of fun with those. Let's go to our arpeggio track here. And let's actually send this to one of our effects. Okay, effect number 1 is clearly delay. Effect number 2 is reverb. Now we actually do get the ability to address our effects here, but I don't really remember how to change them so much. Let's set our track length here to 14 steps, so it'll cycle a bit differently. And then we'll play this in live. I'm going to go up an octave. And I believe on the 3rd page here I can change the playback type. With the filter there. Yeah, see, we're just flowing now. On the lead track, this could get dicey. We'll see if there's double triggering or not. That's a cool sound. We have pitch bend. Oh, does mine not work very well anymore? Oh, not great. That's fun. Just messing around. Again, there's multiple engines here. I like that. We'll do 4 bars long. Oh, there we go, 4 bars long. We could, again, adjust our parameters here, but I kind of like how that sounds, just like that. And let's record this in. Yeah. Right there, I switched over to the performance track, which changes all of our keyboard buttons into more punch-in style effects. Speaking of performing, there's a master track, which is pretty cool. You can add a master compressor. Sorry, that was chorus. There's master chorus and compressor. There we go. As well as a master filter and resonance. But the cool thing about the master track is you can actually transpose on the fly. And it'll try to detect what key you're in and actually do it in a smart fashion. And what's also neat is these can be sequenced. So we can go and put this right here and just go chromatically down, I guess. And then we'll actually make this last for 4 bars, so each one of these is going to be 1 bar long. Not the most usable thing, but it's just kind of supposed to be an example of how it could work. There's also a tape track, which is sort of like a micro looper that allows you to almost get some DJ type effects with the first 2 wheels, and then a filter and resonance on the 3rd and 4th. Change the length of your looping too. And yeah, these can be sequenced too. So we can do that. And you can motion record the movement of the wheels into the sequencer too. There's also a cool tape stop effect on the pitch bend down. We'll see if this works. Yeah, super cool. And this was just one pattern that we used, by the way. I could have gone in and programmed 16 different patterns, and then it's also got pattern chains, and you can save pattern chains down here and switch between those on the fly too. So there's quite a bit. So my thoughts on the OPZ after 7 years are that I think the workflow is pretty much still best in class. At least for me, nothing really has come close to this layout in this form factor. The sensibility of what the encoders do, the 4 buttons up top, the track button and the shift button and where they're placed, and still including an almost 2-octave mini keyboard. Then you factor in the 8 different melodic tracks, the ability to have 16 patterns that actually can go up to 8 bars long, conceivably, if you're good with your timing. It just does a lot. It's got the built-in synth engines too. Samples can also be plugged into synth engines, and you can manipulate them that way too, and play them chromatically and stuff, and polyphonically. Then all the performance effects, the tape track, the master track, the performance track, it just does so much in such a tiny form factor, and I still think it's pretty top notch. Who knows, if mine does start behaving better, maybe it will make a slight comeback on the channel. Let me know if you'd like to see that. And let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike, that's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.